guys? How you doing? Just kind of part 2 to last video I uploaded here, but I wanted to talk about stuff that you know, this in the scoring system. There's many things wrong with the scoring system, and the many things that wargaming should overhaul. Actually, they not overhaul. They should completely scrap the scoring system and redo it, in my opinion, to make the game better. It's a combat game, it's a team game, but it's supposed to be. But doing the types of things that are necessary to win the game and not getting credit for it is extremely frustrating to me. In what should be a team game. It's supposed to be a team game, purported to be a team game in a combat game. But the kind of things that are necessary for you to contribute to try and help your team to win are not rewarded in this game, as I said many times before. And the selfish stuff, the selfish, ridiculous, you know, I call it the World of Worship style of gameplay, where you just camp or hide in a corner and do those kinds of things. Regardless of whether your team wins or loses, you're relying on other people to actually, in playing that way, selfish, hiding, not moving forward, light tanks that don't move forward and spot, guys who just in top tier heavy tanks, top tier tanks, period, just go off into some corner and they hide there for the entire match and then just do a little bit of cleanup damage at the very end. That's the World of Worship style of gameplay. That's what I mean by that. And those guys get top 5 finishes consistently. They get rewarded for that if they're able to do a little bit damage. What Quickie Baby refers to correctly. I don't agree with everything Quickie Baby. I'm not a poster boy fan or fanboy of. I'm not saying anything, but he is correct in talking about meaningless damage. And when he says meaningless damage, that's what he means. The stuff that's the game's already lost, or it's won for you by guys who have sacrificed themselves. And you're able to do but in particular when Quickie Baby's talking about it, he's talking about in a loss, right? Meaningless damage at the end of the game. Yet he's guilty of playing that way. I've seen plenty of his games where he goes and hides in his own end zone and racks up exactly that kind of damage in losses and posts it on his channel. But I'm not meaning to be critical of him. I'm just using his frame of reference, his phrase, right? I'm not claiming it to be my own. It's his phrase. Meaningless damage. Done at the very end of the match. When the win is being secured for you by the sacrifices other guys have made. So, and that in a war game, in a combat game, is not acknowledged, not rewarded. It's bizarre to me. Bizarre. That's why I say the reward system of this game has to be. It's one of the things. One of the things that are, I believe, removing players' names from the match, so you can only see who you're up against at the very end, and that scoring end game scoring results list of both teams and how they finished, how guys finished on the team. So this is going to show you this gameplay here of doing little things that are necessary. For instance, blocking. That one would be, I could do videos on spotting. Spotting in and of itself, even if you're spotting doesn't get rewarded nearly as much as it should. perhaps that's a contributor to why guys in light tanks don't bother going forward. They're sitting in the fucking back waiting until the end game shit too, right? So they're relying on other people to, for instance, you know, I'm still grinding out this Japanese Hori one, the tier 9, working my way pretty close actually to the tier 10 Japanese tank destroyer. And how often do I get wrecked because I'm in a tank destroyer and I got to do my own spotting because I'm put on teams that refuse to move forward. So I'm sitting, you know, I don't like sitting in a spot for that long and not be able to do anything because I can't see anything. So I got to do my own spotting and get wrecked for it. And it's frustrating when you see a light tank that's supposed to be their role, right? Here we go, 54,000 damage blocked. I put out a video highlighting some high scores. I call it high scores of damage blocked. But damage blocked is not rewarded. Look at, you don't get rewarded for that. That in and of itself, even though I wasn't able to do any damage, I did get spotting damage, right? Going back for a sec to the spotting in and of itself should be rewarded. Even if your team was so far away, they're hiding in a corner or all going to one side of the map and putting it in park so your spotting doesn't result in any damage. You should still be rewarded for doing that. Because you're trying to contribute to the win. You're trying to do what's necessary to win the game. And conversely, taking hits in your mouse should be rewarded more than what it is. The reward system in this game is bizarre. Why isn't taking hits and blocking damage and getting shot at multiple times, getting focus fire, why isn't that rewarded in a combat game? It's bizarre to me. But sitting in the back corner, hiding the entire match, or going off with, you know, 1/3 or 1/2 of the team off to one side of the map and then putting it in the park and expecting somehow the game to magically be won for you by what somebody else has done. That gets rewarded in a combat game, in a team game. It's bizarre. Seriously, so again, it's just the complaints with wargaming and how bizarre that the sandwich artist team that designed this scoring system is, you know, just continues. With each and every game, this game becomes, if you watch my videos just prior to this game, focus fire, this game will kind of show you what I mean here. Getting once I'm spotted, the game becomes extremely difficult for me to survive. It's all the game as it is right now for me. And I know my gameplay is absolutely unique. I know that, I believe it, because I stick around and I watch lots of videos. I don't see anybody getting focus fired the way I do. Not meaning that it is a brag. I'm showing, if you watch my channel, to back it all up with video evidence. So if you're getting focus fired all the time and not getting rewarded for that, in a combat game, in a team game, it being so difficult for me, as I talked about and showed in my last video, and almost all my videos are like that, being difficult to survive even a winning match, because they're the one who's getting focused so bad who the enemy team considers the threat. The enemy artillery guys consider you the threat to shoot at until you're destroyed. Why isn't that rewarded in a combat game? To me, it's bizarre. It should be bizarre to everybody. It should be, it just shouldn't be that way in the reward system. See, wargaming doesn't consider you blocking damage or getting hit so many times, or guys highlighting you. It used to be, I don't know if it still is, but you would see when you go to the replay system just how often guys are requesting fire onto you. I know I already get that from, of course, my gameplay, right? But when a long time ago, I went and watched a few replays, and even I was shocked at how many times I was getting requested fire directed by the enemy team to me. So the instant, therefore, well, but it made sense. I don't know why it came as a surprise to me. Because the instant I'm getting, maybe, thank God, get a little bit of revenge there. But the instant I'm getting fired, spotted, I'm getting these requests to fire being directed at me. Which should have come, as I said, as no surprise. But to even survive a winning match is extremely difficult for me. Therefore, this game is... Look at these guys come after me at the end. They want to kill, but there's too many guys here with me, right? He wanted to come and fucking get beer at the end. I have this examples. Don't think I'm full of shit here, because all you gotta do is watch my videos and you'll see that I'm not exaggerating here. The game is almost unplayable for me. It's certainly not fun. It's so bad it's almost unplayable. Because it is extremely difficult for me to survive even a winning match. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to the rant. Appreciate it.
Animal! Good, baby! Very good!